Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome. How are you? Welcome. How are you? Welcome. How are you? I hope that you are well. I hope that when you meet me here, you are feeling your bestest. And if you are not feeling your best, that after leaving here, you're going to be like, oh my goodness, I feel my bestest. That's right, because that's how this energy exchange works. No matter what brings you up in here, it is clear, for it has been already put into existence that which it will be. You know what I mean? And so you bringing your energy, which collabs with the energy already created here, and you make with it that which you will. And may you be powerful. May you be magnificent. May you be abundant, prosperous, all that other good stuff. Everything good that is good for you. And that's it. Welcome. I'm excited. All right. I took a little minute to hit record because I was just like, all right. Because if I don't hit record, forget about it. We never get started because it requires me to sit down. And these moments here, these special divine moments appointed in divine right timing, because that's how it works, right? A divine right timing when I get to sit here and I get to channel in the way that it's going to be magnificent in every kind of quantum dope evolutionary kind of way. What can I say? It's freestyle that way. So yeah, I was almost gonna come on camera and then I was like, no, I don't want to. So you're just gonna hear my beautiful voice and all the voices that come out through all of these things because Neptunian energy, literally. I got Neptunian energy up in me. Okay. I was created this way. As were you. As are you. For those tapped in, turned on too. Thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in with I, Enchantress the Babbler, on our evolutionary, revolutionary rise of a high that is happening at this mother fudging time. Welcome. Welcome, beautiful, powerful, super being. How are you? Good. I only speak to that which is the greatest in you. That's who I address here, right? Now, from this moment forward. Okay, so whatever that does be said and how it is said, if you're triggered, that's for you to sort out with you. You know what I'm saying? Girl, you know it's true. Boy, you know it's true. True. Boo, boo, boo. You know it's true. All right, because that's how we're going to be. But either way, I don't know, right? So actually, I have to charge though. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know me, how I be moving around. Oh, motherfuckers. Motherfuckers. Hold up. Hold up. That's what's up. That's what's up. We cannot mess this up. Right? So we cannot mess this up. You cannot mess this up. What is there to mess up if you are scripting it into now existence? What is there to mess up if you are the creator of this new that you are blooming up in here too? Right? It's like the mystery. Look at this 8th house mystery. Thank you. Thank you, City. You could be 26 years old. You don't have to be. You could have been born in 1962. You didn't have to. You could be life path number 6, life path number 8, life path number 2. You could have been born in 1964. You could be 64 years old. You could be 62 years old. You could be 46 years old. 7, 8, 9, 10. You could be life path number 1. Okay, you don't have to be, right? You can have Neptune strong, heavy in your chart. So that could be like Piscean energy. I believe Neptune be up in Sagittarius too. So you could have Sagittarius in your chart too, right? You have Pisces in your chart, right? You could have Scorpio up in your chart, right? Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. You don't have to be, but it's this is entertainment for your evolutionary entertainment. Take with it that which you will. All right. Yeah, just gulp the mana. If the video becomes too long or you're like, oh, this is great, but I am a busy bee, or you have other things to do. You know what I mean? That's respectfully, like, as you should have things to do, right? But this is quantum school, right? This is mystic mana for your empowerment, betterment, success, right? In all that you do, right? This is energy management solutions in every single type of quantum psychic physics way. Okay. Welcome. That's what I have to say. So yeah, I know it's a lot. So sip as much as you can for as long as you can. And my advice always is to watch all my videos, of course, right? And to, even if you can't watch it all at once, do make sure to watch it all, even if it's in parts. Okay? So, yes, now on moving forward. Right? So, we got this Neptunian visionary, this Piscean, and that's gonna be our word. Okay? Remember, nobody ever was, the dictionary was never meant to have a cap on it. Okay? So, yeah. Okay? Mm. Telomeres. Tell those mirrors what you got and want to be on and popping. You know what I mean? Remove the caps from those telomeres. Okay, look it up. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, it's in our DNA. This explosion, yay! It's happening now today, right? So there is a regeneration. There is a rebirth. There is something happening here that is mysterious unto even you. We're not supposed to always know every motherfudgy thing, and that's part of our conditioning, right? This some sedimentary rock that has been penetrated into our pineal glands of, I need to know everything, man. I need to control this. And then we got trauma, we got drama, we got history, we got all this other kind of reality that plagues our dynasty, right? With tragedy. And it could be like, oh my goodness. This is some Shakespearean kind of living, right? It's bittersweet. Life is bittersweet. Life is this. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of constant death and rebirth and death and rebirth and death and rebirth. It's like, how much does it have to fucking hurt? Or be delayed, or be impossible to reach harmony in some kind of way. It's like always there gotta be some kind of engage with the polarity of whatever stage you want to be programmed or reprogrammed on. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, colorful be our song for those of you tapped in, turned on, tuned in here. And you know, this whole entire time I said, oh my god, I gotta put this on the charger, and I did not. So excuse me. Anywho, right? So we put that motherfucker to charge. So you put yourself up to charge. You put yourselves up to charge, right? So it's granted, right? So, but it's learning to not exhaust your charge, right? It's learning to not exhaust your charge. It's learning to even hear that which falls upon your own deaf ears. I wrote something down the other day. I did. I wrote something down the other day. I really did. Right? So it's just, anyways, right? My own meditations, my own deliberations, my own schooling, my own education, my self-education, right? Levels of deafness, things falling on deaf ears. Because I had this like deep, like profound like epiphany, and just about like, you know, how like things fall on deaf ears, like this conditioning of a reality of a people. This is like that zombie apocalypse type of feel, that deafness, like people will ignore stuff acting like they deaf, right? And it's up until you are in the evolution, right? The evolution, the activation, right? That knowledge, that position of empowerment, the energy of empowerment that is needed to be, right? You need to be in a certain level of energy in order to master complete something as the vision with the vision that you have, right? And relinquishing all control to this massive transformation that is illuminating, yes, but it's mysterious, whoa. And that goes against our conditioned ways of being. So it could be like an onslaught of like, we have all this 3D reality of history that plagues us with reality. And it's like, how can we give into the transformation that's taking place, that's mysterious even unto us, right? When we know this history that is no mystery, right? Because that is all we are plagued to know, right? And so we're asked to like go and look at this, like these icicles, this crystals, this crystallis, this icicle, this coldness to this warmness to this pricking, to this pruning, to this parting at sea. It's just like, oh my gosh, there's just so much revelation ready, right? This vision that is expansive, that is infinite within you, right? And I feel like that too, right? Is like, so we're increasing, and the more that we like increase our own awareness, right? Through our own like sustainability and our own contemplation, our own deliberation, our own tapping in, turning on, tuning in, right? To our patterns, to our shadow, to our light aspects, right? The more that we continue to sustain, the more that we continue to thrive, the more that we continue to contemplate on all sides of the spectrum of light that we activate upon, right? We begin to have these revelations, these elevations, these evolutions within ourselves that is just like, wow, wow, profound indeed. And I feel like, ooh, for those of us tapped in, turned on, tuned in with we got a lot of that. And yes, granted, it'll be a bumpy ride, but it is time now to have the time of our lives, and that conditioning of the removal of that trauma, of that drama, of that raised eyebrow type of effect. There's a new washing. There's a new washing. There's a new sanctimonious washing that is occurring. If it feels good, ba-da-dum, bum, bum, you know that it does now. Bum, 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 bum. It feels good. It feels better than fucking good. And it's like, woo, woo, woo-sa, woo-sa. So it's like meeting another threshold with another threshold, of course. But it's just like, okay, I'm in my embodiment of truth. And you're liking yourself now. I'm in my embodiment of truth. And oftentimes we have these revelations, right? We have these revelations, but we have yet to learn the language of these revelations. And so that's where confusion can be. But what I was talking about with that control, right? That control, that conditioning of needing to know certain things. So upon that relinquish, upon that rebirth, upon that regeneration, upon that trust, I trust the path I'm fucking walking on. Finally. I don't want to get emotional, but I'm not. Him finally. And yes, I may not know what that looks like, but I know what I'm feeling right now at this time. And it is with mother fudging clarity and the most purification ritual of activation that is activated in me at this moment in time. Is the most realest, liveliest, fucking truest, fucking authentic shit that I've ever fucking been on. And that's radical. That's quantum. That's dope. And I'm rippling that effect like a fucking boss, like a master motherfucking magician. Reaction mode? Nah, it's active mode, activating that in attunement with that which is powerful in I, alignment and alchemize. And it's just like, ooh, smooth sailing. these interior teachings, right? That we're grasping, right? Learning our purpose, right? You're knowing and knowing every fucking day a little bit better. Maybe not clear. Maybe the mystery is still here. Damn, Skippy. No matter what age you be, the mystery about what is out there for you at sea, that shit is deep. Nobody can see that. They can see ripples, they can see points, and then that's the misconception that the humans have based on their condition. Just because a seer can see a point, a ripple, a flake, a drip of a drop of your drip of a drop, that doesn't make it fucking long lasting, activated. It's a matter of what realm of existence do you wish to exist upon. People could see what they see, but now you're getting that cloak of invincibility. Now you're just sending them, yeah, I want you to see this, right? That's what you can see, right? Because the activation, that code, that position of empowerment, that V, that is like, motherfuckers only know that which I let them know. Everything else is hearsay. And it's like, okay, this embodiment of truth being uncovered, like being discovered, being experienced. And it's like, okay, I like this. I like this energy. For those of you tapped in, turned on, tuned in, I'm loving. I'm not liking, I'm fucking loving. Loving it, right? This activation, these solar flares, right? This Palace Athena of how you think it, so you shall be it. It's like I'm empowered, you see, these solar flares activating within me. You could be life path number 8, life path number 3, you could be 30 years old, you could have been born in 1971. Sustainability, right? The sustainability. You could be 44 years old, right? Okay, you could be life path number 8, like I said, 1988 too, right? 1986 as well. Ninth house exploration. And so now you're Dora the Explorer. Oh, what's the other one? Diego, her cousin Diego. Right? Now you just this, right? So it's like this interior design of purpose that you're increasing with your awareness, right? Through the sustained contemplation that you got going for your own deliberation, delivering, right? Both your shadow patterns, right? And your most purest essence infused. Psh, what? There is no stopping you. It's like, what? Excuse me? What? Let me reintroduce myself. My name is Psh. Go ahead, put whatever that is, put whatever that stamp, however you want it to be. Activation is like, high density, like what you thought this was gonna be, what you thought evolution was. That's the thing. That's the mysterious song, right? That's Earth song. That's that mysterious music that be playing that only some can hear. Can you hear the music? Can you hear the sounds? But you're starting to walk into that realm. You're starting to see the little patterns. You're starting to see little sparkles, right? In the corner, oh my God, the sparkles, the orbs, right? It's bigger than that. I always like, I have this like theory, right, of like that we only see that which we are, we allow ourselves to see. So I always used to say for me, like I don't see full blown out apparition. I don't know how to say the word, but like let's say like my daughter, like boy, she'll see the full blown out, like let's say full spirit person body. Like if it's a male, it's a female, or some shit like that. Like I don't see like that. I see way different. I feel different. And I receive different. And sometimes I can see it in shadow. I can see it in light. I can see it, but you see, there's other things that I see. So anyway, the way that we see, right? It's going to be in the leveling of inner preparation that whether we're conscious of it or not, it's in our subconscious. So wherever we're prepared to see. So that's why I used to be like, I'm a chicken when I was little, and I used to run ahead like whenever I felt something, or like I would enter a place and like there's like spirit activity and stuff, and I would run through like a corridor or like a hallway, and I'm like running with my eyes closed and just like Like, because I don't want to see nothing. And then I would joke, and I would always joke around. And I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna see like that because they know, Spirit already knows, like God already knows, like I don't want to see shit like that, like whatever. And then sometimes too, because I see things and such like other kind of like out there incidents, especially when something's trying to get my attention or stuff like that. So I've made pacts and I've made deals, and again, this could be in our own discovery for real, but like while I'm driving, don't play with me while I'm driving, right? Like, don't be like making stuff pop out like while I'm in the middle of the fucking road, because when that has occurred, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, so anyways, it's just like, you're again, that's like otherworldly shit, and that may not be for everybody, right? But it doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is that now you're getting into your own position of exploration and depth. Like, you're walking now your deepest sea, you're swimming in your own deepest of seas, and you're allowing the navigation that you are on to be activated into your present, like, because you want to be present at the time, so you want to experience, right? So it was like what I was saying in my other videos, watch all my videos and stuff like that, like, going away this time, it wasn't like, granted, yes, I have videos that I make, I vlog, I blog, I use social media. Social media is a part of my purpose, like, my word, my motivational speaking, inspiration, like, I do readings for people all over the fucking world, like, you know what I mean, as a coach, as a mentor and teacher, and all a guide, like spirit guide, like, this is part of my purpose. This is where I'm divinely activated, lit to do. So granted, it makes sense that I'm on fucking social media and all this kind of stuff, or whatever the case may be. And so, yeah, and I love creating content. I love to create content and do the stuff that I do, and it doesn't bother me. Like, it's not like whatever, but again, it doesn't consume me either. And so we're working on the consumption rate of certain kind of things for ourselves. So when I was away, and granted, yes, there were things that I did document, and there were things that, I was intentional about because I want to use it for my blog and things like that, which I'm really excited about, because there is an adventure that I have went on that I promise you, this adventure had me feeling every fucking emotion all at once. I was angry. I was scared. I was happy. I was excited that I had no choice, because that I was on, this journey that I was on, once you started it, there was no turning back. Like, once you start it, you can't turn back. Okay, you have to complete courses. Okay, so anyways, and so I went through every fucking emotion, including anger. I was mad at one point, and even giving up. Like, I even wanted, like, I met the quitter in me too. Like, and oh my God. But anyways, so what I'm just trying to say here is, you're in the position of evolution, of exploration, that is allowing you, instead of to judging yourself, allowing you to experience life from the position of evolution that you are on. And that's a dope ass place to be. I am present. I am here. I am enjoying. I am experiencing this mystery of life that is awakening and activating for me in such a powerful way. And I'm excited to be on this journey. And it doesn't mean that it makes it perfect. It doesn't mean that there aren't like fucking other things that I have to deal with, or nonsense you got to deal with from other motherfucking people. But oh, motherfudging well, you're in a good space, a good place. You're not from your reaction. You're not reacting to everybody anymore. And if you are, it's creative, it's artistic, it's hold on. I don't know what I was saying anymore, but like, when I looked down, I saw Pisces, which is here with the Neptunian energy, and Sagittarius too, ninth house energy, right? You could have that in your chart as well. You could be 21 years old, you could be 23 years old, you could be 43 years old, you could be 42 years old, you could be 47 years old, you could have been born in 1974, 1947. Yeah, 3, 4, 5. You could be 51 years old too, right? But yeah, so you're in the position of evolution, of allowing yourself to be, like, you're in a state of activation of like DNA like the your the pre-program is kind of like the learning stage, right? um it's kind of like we used to. I don't know where I was. Forgive that, but listen, this is how it be. This is real life. Okay? You know what I mean? But you could be 41, 47, 1974, 1944. You could be 43, 42. But either way, the more you, that's why they say different levels, right? Different levels. And let's stop looking at it as different devils too. It's different multi-dimensional layerings of scopes of dimensions that we come across in our own unique blueprint of design. As we continue to activate and evolve, we become prime in our align, right? So anything that we used to believe, right? Um all of that is like we're understanding that that's a trigger for us, right? Everything that we used to believe is a trigger for us, right? We're highly sensitive to open those systems of condition, right? And so we're treading where we had to tread so lightly, we have worked on, we have healed, we don't have to tread as lightly anymore. Now we get to explore some more, right? Explore some more and think in ways that nurture our spirit, in ways that better serve our evolution, right? It's like I'm not under attack here. I'm not in defense mode anymore. And so now I get to explore these avenues. It's like that video that I did with sad. Everybody keeps assuming that from that video, that point I'm having this sad moment with myself. I'm speaking about it from a different evolution of perspective, having come from the condition of sadness to be able to say, hey, I can explore this realm right now as I sit here in this jacuzzi, so I can help transmute for the collective, because I've gotten into this state of evolution within my own being that allows me to process this information from a healthy, wealthy, stealthy place and being, so that I can be more of a contributor of solutions as opposed to a reactor of a victimization that doesn't have to be. Do you understand what I mean? And so, so people were like, oh, I feel you, you know, I feel you, and good, feel me, but I want you to feel yourself, and I want you to understand it from the perspective of that sadness, that, certain kind of things. And it's just, expressing ourselves, having this creative expression. I'm always going to be an artist in that kind of way. I'm always going to find some kind of outlet of expression. And part of my purpose and purpose and guidance that I have found, that I, over the years, this is where I have found myself on. This is not like make believe. This is what I've helped countless fucking people with on their journey in figuring certain kind of these shadow elements of misalignment, and helping them to find their own alchemy of truth that is powerful for them, so that they can be successful in all the things that they set out to do, with a leveling of consciousness that requires your evolution. You know what I mean? It requires your evolution, right? So think about it, right? There are experiments, right? I'm going to be as simplified as I can be, right? There are experiments that have shown that the phosphates, right? That right, because everything, right, we're sensitive, right? And we're electromagnetic beings, right? And so we respond to our electromagnetic, our cellular molecular body, our everything that we are, everything, the composites that make up what we are, our cellular molecular systems, right? Respond to both emotions and thoughts, and granted physical stimuli and environments, right? So experiments have shown, right, that the phosphates deep, right, within our cells expand, right? They expand and contract, right? And they expand and contract according, right, to the electromagnetic impulses of our environment. So think about that. Think about that. Think about that from the perspective of how great of an impact our environment has on us in the most subtle of quantum biofields generated here in this 3D perceived reality, right? And so everything generated by our unconscious mind and attitude towards life, that's where we're nurturing now. You're no more in the defense mode of learning it and figuring it out. For those of you tapped in, turned on, tuned in. And for those of you that are not there just yet, this is confirmation for you that you are getting into that space of place. This is the next step of, now that you're conscious and you are aware of all that there is, now what are you prepared to do about it, right? This is the action-oriented space of place that you get to be, that gets to nurture your exploration from a healed perspective. Right? So yeah, because we want to now purposely, intentionally manipulate, right? Manipulate our own quantum field, right? Because we're realizing all this conditioning and all this bullshit that has really tainted, stained, diseased, and penetrated our own electromagnetic beings, right? And so now as we evolve, what does that mean, right? Let's think about that. Let's not just talk, oh, evolution. What does that mean? To evolve means that there is a new program, right? A new program, a new language, a new language that needs guidance. And the only way that that this can be, right, is to go through these major transformations. And these major transformations occur where? In your unconscious, your subconscious, your unconscious core beliefs. And it's like, okay, so those are those anchors that you're tackling in here. And so now you get to explore and you get to not tread so lightly. It's like you don't need to walk on eggshells anymore. I'm not in that place or space. I'm not reactive to that environment anymore. So now I can visit it with such newfound perspective of evolution from this healed place, this healed space that allows me to see her for what the fuck it is. And it's like, all right, I'm woeful, and now I know it. All right, okay, right. So what layeth that which layeth dormant, right? Because everything has its polarity. So think about it. You meet your shadow, the shadow has its polarity. That means, like, it makes me think of the gene keys, right? Definitely go look that up too, right? Because there you get to explore all the variations, right? That unlock certain kind of, so your shadows that unlock the latent higher potential aspects, the reversals of that and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be, right? Because taking you to your level, through like understanding things through the level of your own authenticity and your own leveling of awareness, understanding things from your own leveling of perspective, right? And helping you to navigate your day-to-day life, right? Everything is a triggering process, right? But now, instead of being triggered emotionally, you're triggered in an evolutionary way that is like, wow, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? What can I do from this? How can I make this better? When I know better, I do better. I move best. I am my best. I activate from my most best self. In my leveling of consciousness and awareness, I cannot become upset about a reality that does not need to plague me. I can look at it from a detached perspective space, because I'm in my own space, in my own lane, and I can be my own wave, right? Right? I like that. Oh shit. Hold on. Anyways, I don't know where we were. But we'll get back into it and all this kind of stuff. But what I do want to say is, like, I just feel like if you're here, tapped in, turned on, tuned in, be proud of how far you have come in your own development of, like, consciousness and awareness and healing and evolution and transformation through all the transmutation and stuff like that you have worked on, that you've, you know, or that you continue to work on. This is a lifelong process. Like, yo, we're never done. There's always going to be shit for us to work on, work through, evolve, grow, get to know, learn, create, like that there's no cap on that. We're infinite, right? Life is infinite. Learning is infinite. You know, evolution is infinite, right? Our consciousness is infinite. And in human consciousness, right? How you can look at that, right? From just a very logical perspective, right? I'm always going to be spirit, psychic, physics, science, quantum, psychic, whimsical. I'm whimsical. I can't with all of it, but I'm whimsically delicious. Whatever the case may be. But like, you could just think of consciousness, and your leveling of activation in your consciousness is another achievement of your human brain, right? Right, because it creates, like, there's certain, right, in that mystery, right, that the nerve cells are activated and how they're configured, right? And how they're configured and how they circuit creates this cognitive phenomenon, right, of consciousness activation to occur within us, right? And so it's all the circuits in our brain, right, that fire up, like, whatever the case may be. It creates this transmission of percolation, of creation to occur, and create this level up of evolution to exist within our own neural activities, right? Creating this overwhelming evidence that creates this euphoric like type of experience of like an epiphany, like, or whatever the case may be. It's just like, and depending on your leveling too of spirituality, like, I like knowing, like, from now, like, being able to document like my own personal experience and stuff like that, and understanding certain navigations of my pockets of time and life as a human here, like, in this perceived 3D reality. And there were times that, like, I would like, my first real, like, experience of like spiritual, like, activation and awakening and consciousness. This was before, like, I have time spans and periods of time that I can't say, oh my gosh, I was exactly 4 years old, but I want to say I was about 4 to 5 years old, because my sister was yet to be born, and my sister was born, so I want to say 3 to 5 years old, because my sister was born when I was 6, but whatever, we're 6 years apart, we're 5 years. It's usually 5 years in age during the year, whatever. Anyways, don't mind me. So she had yet to be born, and I had woke up from a nap, and I had this great consciousness of awareness, of epiphany, of like that was out of this world, that I questioned all reality. I remember waking up from this nap, and my parents weren't in the apartment. I woke up in the on the sofa bed that was in the living room area, and I was by myself. But mind you, at this point in life, we lived in a 2-family home with my grandparents downstairs. So it's not, even though I may have been upstairs by myself, I wasn't alone in the house. I had obviously taken a nap. It was daytime. I'm a little girl, and I woke up, and I was aware, and I was aware that I was having this. And so in my awareness, I went into fear state for a moment, right? I went into this fear, and I started checking and feeling my whole body to see if anything happened to me that caused me to maybe black out. because that's what it felt like. It felt like an out of body blackout kind of experience. And so I like started checking my whole body, and there was nothing wrong with me. There was no trauma, there was no drama. I was completely clothed, I was safe. There was nothing alarming about this particular, even though my and you got to think about, as an empath and as a channel for the divine, and how I've been having this experiences since I was a little girl. And I think about, like, being an open channel in that kind of way, my levelings of sensitivities to many lives, many masters, my own, and those that I was just tapping in, turning on, tuning into, and just completely unfucking aware. Like, you know what I mean? So for me, when I was a child, my mom was the one that helped me through many episodes, right? I called them episodes, but it was now as an adult, and now as, with so much time that has occurred for me to really, go through it and really understand what occurred and what occurs and how I understand it and where I'm at in my own evolution to understand it as and stuff. You know, there's so much I was picking up on, and oh my gosh. But anyways, and it can be overwhelming. Where was I going with that? I was getting lost in that. Traveling in time. I didn't mean to go off in a tangent in that kind of way. But what I'm just trying to say is I'm able to understand it from a different perspective about what was going on, if we're going to speak about it from, this spiritual perspective and what kind of spiritual activations and consciousness. So anyways, I woke up from this fucking nap, right? And it was funny too, because I was upstairs for a while processing, thinking, because I had this whole, checking myself, my body, like, and my clothes, and nothing happened. I'm safe. Okay. So when we think about that, like, past life kind of experience, I'm a little girl, like, why am I checking myself at this age and all this kind of stuff? At that point, there was no, like, I had not experienced. So so this had always caused me, at that point in my life, I knew, and I went into the future, right? Because everything is not as linear as we are made to believe that it be, right? All time spans tap into all realities, simultaneously, multidimensionally, right? Past, present, future, all happening all at once at the same time, in ways that just process, breathe, like, meditate on that. You know what I mean? And so I had this future moment with my past self, right? In this state of 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 at most. Like, I'm just sharing. I was not 5 years old. I wasn't 5 years old because I was young. And so I had this future moment with myself about, when I'm older, I want to get hypnotized, or, like, if I could. And then I had this whole inner argument with myself about how I would never be able to be hypnotized, right? Like, I'm just sharing with you, like, from this perspective, like, yo, this is straight, like, I've passed this leveling of vulnerability of what I just don't give a fudge, right? I'm gonna share what I share, and you could take with it as you will. And if you want to ridicule me and, like, bash me, or, like, question, or say whatever you want to say in a negative kind of way, understand that in this lifetime I've already been there, done that, whatever, shut the fudge up, and you can skedaddle, that type of thing. Like, keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? You have no reason to be here, except that you're a miserable person that wants to upset yourself, and you're trying to upset somebody else. Like, anyways, right? So anyways, whatever, think with it as you will. But so so I had these moments of myself, right? With the past, with the present, with the future. And I was like, I'm gonna want to explore this. This is always going to be a pivotal moment of exploration for me. And truth be told, this moment in time in my life, every single time I travel back into this moment, time, and space, it expands even more. I understand it even better than I did before, you know? And so it's just from these experiences of this repetition, this pattern of really understanding it, this lifelong quest of being this way, like lifelong transcendentalist. Like this has been happening to me. That's all I remember. You know what I mean? Um, I had, and I said I'm always gonna go back to this moment, and it's a marking moment, like my evolution of understanding this moment. There was even a time that I let even fear again take over, and I was like, but what if I was just too young, and maybe, and I would go back to the space and I would visit and revisit and look at what I was wearing. Were you disheveled? Did something really happen? Were you raped? Were you this? Were you that? Like, because there was a different world I woke up to. And then so anyway, so I had all these moments. I'll talk about it more on my blog and stuff, I guess, or whenever I fucking talk about it. Like, watch everything, right? So then after that, I traveled downstairs, but I was like in this state of like here but not, like in a daze, like in a trance. So for me, I felt like I was walking on clouds, like I was kind of floating while walking, right? I know it sounds crazy, but it really, like, that's what it felt like. And let me understand, like, this leveling of activation which has continued on, right? So I'm trying to explain spiritual activation, like moments of epiphanies and awakenings and activations for those of you that tapped in, turned on, tuned in. So like, I'm not expecting you to have it in the way that I'm having my experience. You are not me, right? But it's to show you how otherworldly and trippy certain kind of experiences, especially with our own spiritual activations and things like that, that might happen, that is not easy to talk about with others in this world, because it's like, yo, you're gonna think I'm fucking crazy or something like that. Like, been there, done that, whatever. Been there, done. I've traveled that route too. I've questioned everything to the brink of my own, like, yo, am I fucking nuts? Did I really see that? Did I really hear that? Did I like there was like I hear right now, like 2 year, 2 to 4 year span of really, really questioning my own fucking sanity about a lot of stuff, getting to another point of evolution of, like, that was catapulting me into another level up in my own evolution, right? So anyway, so I'm walking like in this trance, and I'm walking through the house, and I'm going downstairs now, and from upstairs, so in this consciousness of awareness, I see downstairs before being downstairs. So I know exactly where my grandmother is downstairs. And I see this all in my mind's eye, right? So this is in my mind's eye. So I'm conscious that this is not something I'm physically seeing either. So this is all the processes that are taking place in this little trance of, like, something that I'm walking through, and I'm going down and I'm like, what is this place? And so up until that point, I was aware of my name. I knew who this was, but like, so because I'm laughing because I'm thinking about, like, what a strange child I really was, because so I'm going down the stairs, and I'm walking. So I know I'm going down, and I'm walking towards my grandmother, and there's like indistinctive chatter in the back, and the TV's on, and my aunt is over there ironing and stuff like that. And I see this all in my mind's eye as I'm going down 15 steps, okay? Because that's how many steps there was. 15, okay? 15 steps. That's the 15 steps all the way downstairs to go to my grandma's house, right? And I'm like silent ninja fairy style. So I'm very silent. Like, I didn't even hear me go down, right? So I'm floating, right? I'm telling you, it felt like I was floating. Oh my gosh, you can be seeing sparkles, right? So, okay, that's good. Keep seeing those things, okay? Keep activating. So then I go, and I'm like, who are you? Why are we here? What day, what year is it? Like, what day? And even my aunt was listening to me while she was ironing, and she's like, "All right, Jennifer, you're so stupid." Like, because that's a word, that's a trigger word for me growing up. It's being called stupid, right? my silly or my inquisitive nature or my you know, it's just it sticks with you. This is when we get to visit these places, it's not to go through and rehash what hurt us, but think about the deafness. And that was what I was talking about when I wrote down. I was like the leveling of deafness. I turned a deaf ear to that, but yet my subconscious me and my inner child heard every stupid word. You know what I'm saying? And so I just want to reiterate that for those of you not understanding the importance of being able to travel into spaces that once really may have hurt us, but now you're in such a different state of evolution, right? That we can walk through it together. And this is kind of like too what I do behind the scenes, especially for trauma and things that I'm not like certified or I don't have like a license to do like any kind of um psychiatric kind of stuff. Like that's but I have found that in certain sessions that have been trans channeled, like things like this come up naturally. And so that's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? And it has been wonderful and profound for the person that got to experience those kind of sessions and things like that. So those happen naturally. And things like that happen naturally because everything that happens with me in our sessions and things like that are all intuitive, like intuitively designed anyways. They're unique and one of a kind to your unique one of a kind structure, period. Right? Now I gotta go blow my nose. I'll be back. After much time, I'm probably going to start ending it. But yeah, so that's what we have. I don't even know where we last left off. But yeah, let's see what else wants to pop off. Okay, what else wants to pop off? And the messages do we have? Okay, I'm guided by my highest self. In all my actions and decisions, I'm in line with my soul's purpose and truth, right? Eternal peace flows to and through me. And I trust my intuition and listen to the wisdom of the universe. I am tapped in, turned on, tuned in such divinely prosperous and abundant way. Right? Level 2, Moon Tiara Magic, right? Cram School. You could be learning something, right? For those of you, right? Could be really learning something new. And so, right? So, which is the military runaway to this. So, yeah. So, there's a level up for those of you that are tapped in, turned on, tuned in, right? You're receiving your magic. You're like, there's a level up, a level 2, right? Your health, your vitality is growing, right? You're glowing, right? You could also be a Cancer, Gemini, or whatever the case may be. You could be even blood type O negative. You could love eating, shopping, video games, right? Your birthday can be June 30th. It doesn't have to be. You could have been born in 1970, right? You could be a life path number 2, right? So you could be studying hard for something or working on something, right? And so there might be competition in that something, or you might be silent about something that you are studying hard on and working, right? So don't mention, right? Don't mention you could be taking exams too. And you may feel a little far behind, right? And so it's like what I'm hearing about that, if you feel that way about something, have some accountability. If you really want to not disappoint yourself and you want to do something different, right? If you can't, right? The definition of insanity is repeating the same thing over and over and expecting different results. It's like, have some accountability. So maybe let's say you didn't share that you were studying something or working on something or getting a degree, a certificate in something or whatever the case may be, and you're like a little bit far behind in your studies and your homework and your projects and your whatever, or maybe you're doing one too many things at once, or maybe you're making things. It just apply it however it is and stuff like that. So this is like having to it's learning how to not do that to yourself, right? It's learning to not overwhelm yourself, right? So you're learning to not overwhelm yourself. So now it's like you can be defensive, right? Or you don't want to bother someone. Like, it's like getting out of the mentality of thinking that you have to go at it alone, even though, yeah, granted you do, like, you know what I mean? But you're past that too, because remember, we were talking about being in a different state of evolution, right? So it's not repeating the same things that what you do, the patterns that what you do, identifying and that too, right? So this is just like delegating tasks or accepting help or reaching out, right? Reaching out and reaching out to where you intuitively receive where to reach out. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm gonna reach out because every time I speak to that person, I always feel better, or they inspire me in some kind of way, or whatever the case may be, right? Because there's certain kind of other energies too right now that might have that are running away. Like, don't run away from certain kind of issues. Don't turn a deaf ear to certain kind of things, right? Just because you're not, like, if you heard it, you heard it. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't brush it under the carpet. If you heard it, right? So it's like that clairaudience. It's like, that's it. When you heard it, you know. When you see it, you know. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, don't run away from that, because that's part of your magic and that's what you've earned, right? And you might fly away, another fly away, attack is avoided, right? So certain kind of attacks you're also avoiding because you're also leveling up in your mind, right? So it's like it's when you change the quality, when you shift the quality of your mind, your thoughts, your patterns, your behaviors, right? You create the atmosphere, right? This is your combat training, right? You're training, right, for in the soul, right? So practice makes perfect, right? So, and you're adding damage to the effects that others might be sending your way, that might be attacking, or whatever the case may be. And depending on what type of, and this could be your conditioning, this could be your own negativity, this could be your own self-sabotage. This doesn't have to be a projection of something else. This could be just how fucking challenging it is to change your circumstance, to change your experience. Like, in itself, it's a challenge, right? And so it's like meeting yourself, right? The monster, right? The monster is slaying every beast combat training. So this is the event that's happening now. And so practice makes perfect, right? So right, it says, come on, Serena. I mean, screaming and clutching out just doesn't make it against the negaverse, right? So it's like you can't no longer ignore certain kind of things, even within yourself, with certain patterns, with certain kind of behaviors, with certain kind of instances, right? Because this is mind infusion. This is mind soul infusion. This is the activation of keys existing within your being that are allowing you to now better penetrate in your own consciousness, because you're getting to explore, you're getting to grow some more, and you are now Leo the lion. You could be a Leo. This is also as this recording, although these messages are all timeless and stuff like that, we are in Leo season, right? But look at this, could be also villain type. You could be dealing with someone that is a Leo that is complex, right? That might be in their ego, right? Ignoring certain kind of damages that they have from their own attack. So there could be a Leo that or this is the shadow side of Leo, right? Like to look at it from like that. They like to bite and claw, right? And stuff like that. Powers of the Negaverse multiply my energy, unleash Leo the lion, right? Nephilim. So that's two, right? So this could be that type of energy too, right? Bite and claw. Powers of the Negaverse multiply my energy, unleash Leo the lion, right? And so it's like an attack, right? So what other? Well, I knew I was doing Sailor Moon, so I knew I was going to get like, this is spiritual warfare type of stuff. And if you want to look at it colorfully like that, or you could just look at it simplistically, like, you're working through trauma, drama, psychology, conditioning, and certain kind of behavior patterns and conditionings that are just instilled in you. And now it's about slaying that monster, that beast, and really putting into practice in this combat training you're cramming for. You might feel like you're behind and stuff like that, but comparison is the thief of joy, right? What are you comparing to when infinite is your space, right? Infinite is your space. Infinite is your space. So you might be dealing with evil energies too, because I sense she's very evil and extensively strong. So there might be a Leo that it has it in for you too. I'm looking at that like that, and I'm just gonna say it like that, right? There might be a Leo energy that has been unleashed, right? So but they're weak. Look at that, right? But they have a super strength, right? And that might be to bite and claw, right? So, but look at attack is avoided, spike tail, right? So very evil, like, and strong energy, but she's, yeah. This is interesting. So, right? And then also too, because as like when we're talking about the keys and we're talking about the polarities and we're talking about all these kind of energies and stuff like that, right? This could be like a matter of, I got distracted with this card because it's a trap. Doom and gloom girls, right? There's also too, like, be mindful too, for those of you who tapped in, turned on, tuned in, be mindful of the energies that there's a lot of like gurus, motivational speakers, and all this kind of stuff that are false. That are very false, right? And so they really are doom and gloom. So discernment, right? Ice attack is to make you icy in some kind of way. It's to make you cold. So you have to stand against it. Guess now you know why we're called the doom and gloom girls. Doom and gloom. Right? They're doom and gloom. They're doom and gloom, right? And it could be like a way to discern is what do they focus upon? What is the example of their life? Like, are they just preachers and teachers, but like behind the scenes, like you don't want to see the reality, you know what I mean? Like they hide things, like they got skeletons in their closet. They're not really that cheerful. They're not really that joyful. They're not really that nice. They're not really that kind, nor have they ever been. Like, and so it could be like, so people that might be in the spiritual community or in a community that appear to be one way but are really not. They're really doom and gloom. And so you're going to have to use your combat training skills to really navigate and even look at the flip side. Like, that's what we were talking about, like the polarities, like the same way the shadow of the Leo the lion, there's a light of Leo the lion, right? For those of you that have Leo in your chart and dynamic be your way, right? You are a powerhouse, powerful source, right? Hear your roar. It's beautiful when in alchemy. Right? When Leo the lion is in alchemy, beautiful be their roar. Right? Some of you can have Leo in your chart, whether like, body, right? So here, so that we can even do practice lion pose. I do lion roars and stuff like that with the kids in yoga, and it's one of the favorite. And if you want to really tap into your inner child, you can use the same song we use, which is Wimoa. A whim, a whim, a whim. Wait, In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Right, that one. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. We have I have a whole little dance and routine, a yoga sequence that we do with the song, and then we all roar like a lion and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, you can use that song if you really want to tap into some inner child wound healing activations, penetration, Leo the lion type of roar activation, have purpose, intention behind that, which you do in everything that you do, for all that you do, right? And that's just how it's gonna be, right? So yeah, a magical item created. So people with electric pulse, stupid humans are so easy to fool. So, that's how sometimes just people feel, about a lot of things. And that's why they do what they do. It's like a mind control thing too, right? But here we are, a good buddy. So it's making good friends, right? It's making good friends and forming better habits, right? And communicating better too, because we got Sailor Mercury up in here too. So there's a good person too, right? And it's a meeting of the minds, right? It's really learning and learning from each other. So I feel like there's a group of souls coming together, different parts of the world, wherever it is that you are, and you're forming in you're forming new ways, new keys, new developments for the world, for the collective, right? In ways that go beyond what is our own human capacity of understanding. This is energy, this is electromagnetic, this is quantum psychic physics in that type of evolutionary masterful way, right? And so everybody's like now in a different the collective here that I'm talking to, tapped in, turned on, tuned in, it's like you are a mastermind. There we go. You are a mastermind, and you are unleashed to the world at this time. And the circuitries of the masterminds that are aligning and connecting and doing their circuitries is creating this mind boggling evolution that is new for everybody, mind, body, heart, and soul too, right? So it's like, and so yeah, you could be blood type A too. You could be 5'2". You don't have to be. You could be 52 years old. Your birthday could be in September 10th specific. You play chess. You love computers and reading as well, right? So yeah, so you might be a Gemini or have strong Mercury in your chart. You don't have to be. You'd also have strong Scorpio in your chart, right? So let's work on some shadow elements. Okay, and chart. Right. Right? Your name can be with a B. It doesn't have to be BGGB, GB. Somebody with those initials can have regret or be self-sabotaging. To accepting certain types of awards. Somebody here could do hair or use scissors or do garment industry and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. There's something to fire element, patience, fire signs, learning patience in the heart realm. It might be a struggle for you. There's a double B. You might have double B in your name. There's certain kind of limits to unicorn, learning your unicorn transformation. Some of you here could relate to the word unicorn, right? Whatever the case may be. Rose quartz in the rebirth, self-love discovery, right? Radioactive uncovery. This is Rido, right? Rido. breathe, right? As this rebirth, this dragon animal totem 2, right? Under patterns, behaviors, burning the breath of fire is being illuminated, liberated, uncovered, recovered. You're out of this world. The belief, it's soaring, right? You can have a N or a Z in your name. It's about balance. I'm seeing Z. You have Z somewhere in your name too. It's about bringing balance in your life. ZA, and empowering yourself beyond that which you perceive to be hurt or something like that too. Something with goodbye in the heart too, like letting go that which doesn't serve, and two, the locked cage, right? The attachments that you have, right? Because you have this bird cage, right? The attachments to that which kept you a prison inside yourself, even in money, in the mind, right? How you perceive money, how you perceive wealth, how you perceive these things, right? The lie and how you perceive it. So here you are in your egg, in your earth, in your element, feeling safe, or working on feeling safe in your truth, crystal clear too, right? Working through the emerald, do the crystal. Some of you could be having a new pet, or listening to a pet, or animal whisperer too, because you know me, I have my animal whisperers here, right? I love you, my animal whisperers, in whatever capacity of whispering you are. You know who I'm talking to. Those of you that children and animals just gravitate and love you, and wildlife and pet life, and just you have these freaking out there experiences with animals that is like wow. Anyways, the inner child, right? Someone can be thinking about maybe getting a dog or a puppy or something like that, or a baby or something like that too. G, something with the G, somebody with the initials G can have regret about something, how they did something, how their self-sabotage could have fucked something up too, right? The lie in religion, the lie, like this is your lie, or the lie in the crucifixion of your own patterns, belief systems, and the cage of grief that you might be in, right? The pattern that you're releasing, right? Your name can start with an A or something, and empowering yourself too. Right? Dragon spirit, Rhino. Um, Rado, Rado, right? Uncovering, right? It's I'm sorry, my boob itches and I'm doing it on camera, but I don't care. Hey, okay, yeah, Rado, right? Ride, journey, vehicle, righteousness, right? Inner compass, nobility, the path, right? It's about the path, right? Breathe, right? Rido, literally, right? Ride, it's wagon, right? I'm sorry, I got itched. It's sorry, I had itchy. Boob itch, right? So the journey of life, stories, heroism, right? Means of transportation, taking right action, right? It's about movement, motion, taking charge, right? Being in control, initiative, adventure, right? Making decisions, right? Moving in healthier directions, counsel the right path, right? The inner compass, your own leadership activating here, kingship, nobility held by merit, right? Moral responsibility, integrity, respect for the rights of others, innate knowledge of right and wrong, celestial procession, rituals, right? Getting into your rituals, the story form in the psyche, freedom from the imprisonment, self mastery. What? What were we talking about? Right? What were we talking about? Right? Just self mastery. Self mastery. Key initiators or initiation or something. I don't know. Key activation. Initiation. I don't know. The title's gonna be something like that, right? Self mastery. Right? Combat training, the key words, right? Leo the lion, combat training. Leo the lion, right? News too, how I'm receiving that Sailor Mercury. There is news for you. Some of you might be into Reiki too. Your hands, use your hands for work in whatever capacity way. You can create things, you can make things, you can paint things, you can tattoo things, you can cook things, you can heal things, you do massage things, you do whatever you are an artist in some kind of way, and whatever the case may be, or just a healer of some kind. There's a message coming in for you too. And there's a new connection that you're going to be making, one that you can trust, or one that you have made and can trust, right? And you could also be inspired. You could be working out too, because I see feel the burn, right? So it's like you could be exercising, you could be pushing yourself more, you could be activating yourself in ways that wow, even surprise you, you know? But right? This is cosmic cyclical law, rhythm presence active. It's street smarts. It's having street smarts. It's having common sense. It's traveling. It's movement. It's taking action, but right action, right? It's the right action. It's doing what is right even when no one's fucking looking. Oh, looking. People like to do what's right when they're looking, or they like to brag about it when nobody's look what I did. Look what I can do. Right? Anyway, rationality, it's sound advice, it's action, this is justice. This is ordered growth. That means you earned that shit. Nobody can take that from you. That what you do when you put in the work and the effort that you do. What the fuck? Somebody can't come side swap and light a candle and be like, that's mine now. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Punkanka, don't believe all that fucking kind of hype of witchery, of fuckery, of all of this powerful witch. She can remove all this shit. No, don't get me started. And don't make me be like, oh, you do witchy stuff too. I'm not talking about me right now. I'm talking about the levelings of just craziness, of hysteria that be out there, and of people that like have the ego to believe, oh my god, everybody is doing witchcraft on me, or to put that out there for themselves because they want somebody to be doing witchcraft on them because they have this leveling of self-importance. Even with like, do you know the leveling of work too? And just like, granted, depending upon belief systems and how people go and navigate and do their own like witchery stuff, it's just like, yo, are you really that important to people to waste their time to really fucking put in all this? For some, yes. For some, yes, people will wake up, they would think about you, they would take a shit, they'll be thinking about you, they will eat, cook, sleep, wake up again, be thinking about you, checking in on you, and want to know everything about you, talking about you, or writing about you, or say, all right, fine, you might have that too. Okay, I'm not taking that away from you. But really, the hysteria of giving your power away, that shit needs to fucking stop. Okay? The next time you catch yourself, I think somebody's doing witch, I'd stomp it out. Call me. Call me, boo. Let's handle this together, okay? Let's handle this together. You'll never say that shit again. Okay? Right? So, sound advice, action, ordered growth, journey, right? It's about tackling or that trigger too, is that shadow element of rigidity, right? A stasis of injustice, right? Irrationality, a control freak, right? Being a control freak, right? Releasing that radioactive, the hypocrisy of certain kind of things, right? The wrongful imprisonment, right? This restlessness, right? So this governs Righto. Sorry. Govern living in the present. What were we talking about? Living in the present, right? Self mastery in the present. Psh, that's a fucking gift. access to inner advice and our inner compass, following the heart, right? Following the heart, movement within one's natural limits, blending with personal and world rhythms, consciousness of right and natural processes, mastery of circumstance and control of situations, taking the lead, establishment of creative rhythm in activities, protection while traveling, decision-making followed by immediate action. Rido is the rune of ordered movement of energies in time and space as it pertains to human awareness. It is the rune of leading by example and of actions that speak louder than words. I love this shit. I hope you love it here too. Let me know in the comments which videos speak to you the best, the most, what you love to see, receive. What is it about my channel that brings you here? You know what I mean? Yeah, open the dialogue. Let us enchant and be enchanted all the more. Okay, anyways. Right? It is the rule of leading by example and of actions that speak louder than words, okay? Though answers may tell the stories, Rido lives the stories. What the fuck? Where are we talking about this? About living the story in the evolution that we are in now, these key activations. How much confirmation do you need? All right? I'm excited. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control, and I know I like it, right? So it represents our deepest personal life journey and the ultimate failures of language to communicate our experience to others, which is where we are now. And we're having those conversations with ourselves. You're asking the right questions. Go watch one of the videos. Something to notice about Rido is the habitual way in which our mind concocts stories and identity. Use Rido to recognize the direction in which your daily life pulls you, for there is a compass within you that can be tapped into using the energy of this rune. Following your interest and your love, your greatest wishes and your dreams is the best way to read the Rido compass of the inner world. By meditating on Rido, you will begin to see time and space as a personal reality rather than something imposed on you from the outside. You will also be able to realistically assess your potential and gain knowledge of limits and physical laws. To enter the present is to journey away from unnecessary fears and past experiences that act as too much baggage to travel effectively with. Whether physical travel, inner travel, or travel through time, Rido is an energy that is always active within our lives, from an epic trip around the world to a visit to the refrigerator for a snack. So the journey into the present moment is always accessible to us, whether we sit in quiet meditation or are mindful of our movements and actions. Like that story that I was sharing about you when I was a child and how mindful I was of these actions. So what I'm saying about that, going back to that story, like, you know what I mean? About like the spiritual activations that happen within us and how long these activations occur. This particular activation that happened to me from the age of 3 to 4, I want to say 3 to 4 years old, right? Lasted. I remember going to sleep that night or trying to go to sleep that night. I don't think I slept much. And then awakening the next rise, feeling the same way, questioning everything, looking at everything, the colors, the dimensions, listening to different kind of sounds, like asking weird fucking questions that my family dismissed. They didn't know what everybody dismissed. So it's like that deafness that I was talking about, levels of deafness, right? Right, that things that we may have felt like. So it's like healing these things, that maybe if we could start acknowledging the leveling of deafness that exists in this world, right? That how many times we felt like everything we've expressed or done or whatever just fell on deaf ears. And so that's something to heal, because it hurts. We want to feel heard. Everybody wants to feel heard and understood and seen and validated in some way. Even the person that says, no, not me, right? Granted, there's certain levelings of that the some might want to get to that point of existence where that is of not of importance. That would be a nice place to be, but we're having a human experience here. We're souls having a human experience. Is that the type of experience we're supposed to have? Because that is our soul's experience. Reaching the state of nirvana, of I don't give a fuck about this, and just entering a state of nirvana bliss. But we're having a human experience. And I feel called upon to keep activating and living and activating and living. And I feel like maybe we're not supposed to reach this state of nirvana, of soul bliss, because that's what we are anyways. So we could understand that that's what we are and embrace it from that soul molecular level of consciousness, quantum understanding, understanding, overstanding, then maybe we can release some of that control freak tendency to have to know everything and allow for our human expansive experience to really take form and transform and open us up into infinite ways that we cannot possibly know or see until we live and experience and allow the activation to be. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just how I think. You know what I mean? So, right. So whether physical travel, inner travel, or travel through time, Rido is an energy that is always active within our lives, from an epic trip around the world to a visit to the refrigerator for a snack. So the journey into the present moment is always accessible to us, whether we sit in quiet meditation or mindful or moving in action. The old ways made it easier for ancient peoples to live in the present moment, a skill most valuable in the practice of esoteric arts. Because of its capacity to bring focus and awareness to the present, Rydal will expose hidden dangers along the path so that no strange place or new circumstance can sneak up on us during our travel. Rydal teaches of the correct balance between respecting our own rights and the rights of others. It is linked to kingship, leadership, and nobility, which are not acquired by virtue of birth, but earned or held by merit. A context of morals, responsibility, and integrity accompany all use of this energy. It is similar in respect to Tiwaz. What? And I believe Tiwaz is the arrow going up like that, right? Anywho, right? So that was dope. Zen, Naz, Nar, Bar, Bab, Brah. Always wear your metaphorical bra. Believe, receive, achieve. That is the way you know what I mean. Right? So let us see what we got going on here. Right? So I just want to thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in with me too. You could also find me on Instagram at Enchantress, ENCHANTRESS. That's me, the one and only. You could also find me on TikTok, Alchemistic Poetess. That's me too. You can find me on Blogger, Enchanting Babble on Blogger, enchantingbabble.blogspot.com. And you can find me here on YouTube, Enchantress the Babbler. And my second YouTube channel at Mystic Muse Vlog. Yup, that's me. You know what I mean? So right. In business too, here we got the Six of Swords, right? Six of Swords, so it's coming out of maybe troubling times, or needing to come out of troubling times, or wanting to come out of troubling times, right? You got the Moon card being revealed in your social life, right? So something being revealed in your social life, right? It could be deception too, because that's here underneath this the social life here. So some kind of deception being illuminated, right? In regards to how you have to handle certain kind of things, right? And the advice here too, right? What is this? So you have the Knight of Swords, right? And advice, guidance. So something could be coming to you quickly, swiftly, right? Illuminating to you, maybe an opportunity too, because we have this. I want to assume that that's the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. So there could be an opportunity that's coming to you quick that maybe you need to be mindful of, and maybe take heed about how you choose to operate or collaborate with certain kind of thieves, because that's what I heard, right? In energy too, right? So look at like Seven of Swords, some sneaky type of vibe in in dealing, right? So here we got health and well-being. You got the 10 of Cups too, finances and wealth too. So I like that for you. That's great truth, right? And then you got this King of Swords type of energy, right? So respected in your career and business, right? Too, or whether you're a male or female, it doesn't matter. Coming out of trying times, you could be collaborating, working with a King of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius type of energy that is secure in their business, in their place, that has finances, wealth, career. That could be that kind of energy too, right? Or that could be you, right? So health and wealth, there's some kind of discontentment in how things go down, right? In regards to how it be in the world, right? Because I got that as the, or the world or the wheel. So I think that's the world. The wheel. The wheel. Sorry, because something's turning. Because you see here in love. Oh, here we go. So that diagonal thing. Oh, look at here. Okay. So yeah. Okay. 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 Oh. And another one over here, because I had that one. I picked it up in my hands. But home family life. So here we got a King of Fire, King of Wands, right? So that's fire signs, right? Aries, Leo, Sag, right? Then you got King of Cups here, right? So you got Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, right? Type of energy, right? So right here, so look at whatever you're dissatisfied with, or whatever has not gone great. Look at this is coming out of that type of energy here in the middle. So it's like leaving behind. So maybe there's an opportunity here happening or coming in at this time, right? For you, and it's hidden from your social life. So this might not be in your awareness now. So there might be a shift, a change that is happening, a collaboration in some kind of way, whether this is a partnering in a relationship, love, or business, or whatever the case may be. And it might be all of the above. This could tie into business and stuff like that. Somebody could be coming too swift with some type of advice or some type of contract, some type of opportunity, some type of something right here. So here in the center of something here, you've dealt with these kind of things in your social life, but I feel like there's a shift. There's something that is being revealed, right? Because you've seen that which has already transpired. You see people for who they are. Look at Sword of Truth, Ace of Wands. So someone here is coming fast in there. So here. So yeah, so there's a new opportunity. There's new opportunities. There's new opportunities, right? And you got the Strength card over here too, right? So new opportunities too. In truth, there's some type of truth taking place. Some look at Tower right here. So Tower. So anything that was against you or working against you, there's some kind of truth, right? You battled that beast. You slayed that beast. You're coming out. Look at this is the Six of Swords. You're coming out of trying times, bad times, waters, like, or certain kind of things. And then here you have the Emperor here, right? Coming to offer. Look at the Ace of fucking Pentacles, right? Offer something. Look at, because Judgment's here for spirit self, this union. So there's some kind of union, some kind of marriage, some kind of thing, something taking place here. And then you got temperance, patience here, my dear, right? So patience is under love and partnerships, right? In your social life. So something is about to drastically change that is hidden from you because you got the Tower and you got the Moon in your social life, right? And it's going to be a truth that is so that you've waited for, right? And this could be happening this August, September, like type of energy. Like this could be happening now, and this could be, you could even have multiple suitors too. If you're single, celibate, abstinent, virginal in that kind of way, that's who I'm talking to in that kind of way. In that sense, not talking about like hopping and from person to person. I don't advocate that here. What I'm saying is this is like suitable partners, healthy, wealthy, stealthy for a happy family, health, wealth, being, financial wealth, health, stealth, right? And this type of stability, right? That you have, this wheel is changing in your favor from maybe being disappointed in love, maybe not wanting the offers that you have, and now looking at this from a different perspective, or having a different kind of perspective in terms of like how things previously in the past. The only two bad cards here is the ones we don't want, right? Which is the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords, but that fell right in the middle of the heart where this has, and then the Strength card fell on top of those two, which is you have slayed that beast too. So there's no more of that for you because everything else is motherfucking positive here. So I just feel like this has been conquered, right? Because you got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which equals 3, right? So that's about Trinity, the harmony. So it's building the harmony, the clarity, the union, right? That is needed, right? So it's dealing with this type of stuff. You've dealt with this type of stuff. I don't feel like that's new, that's passing, because you got the Six of Swords coming out of that type of shit, career, in your business, in your social life too, right? So it's just like, okay, something here for you, right? And there's opportunity here for you. There's opportunity here for you. There's opportunity. I like that. I like the opportunity, right? You can even say, I am loved, I am cherished and adored by the universe. There's opportunity for me everywhere. All I have to do is pick and choose that which I want, and excited I am to feel so eternally connected with divine source energy, the universe, in every kind of way, right? Okay. My foot. All right. So I love that. I love that. Anything else I want to do before going? You want to do a little bit ABC Oracle? We haven't done that in a little bit. So we'll do ABC. ABC Oracle, maybe? You want to do ABC Oracle? Do I even have the ABC Oracle in here? I saw the ABC Oracle. I saw the ABC Oracle and then I was like, okay, and then whatever. It just, I don't see it anymore. You want to do lotto numbers? Hey, this is a lot of numbers, some angel numbers. That's how we use these up in here, okay? A lot of number, angel numbers. All right. Okay, 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 okay. We got 666. We got 4, 4. 4. Right? 4, 4, 4. 3, 3. I like doing these, right? All right. So for lotto numbers and stuff like that, right? You can have 23, 32, 43. These could be ages too, and things like that as well. Okay. 62, 65, 56, 54, 44, 444, 4444, right? 666, right? 6, another 6, right? So 666. You could be seeing these 2, 5, 5, right? 6. Here we go, another 6, another 5, another 4, 3s. So here we go, 3s. We got 1s. 2s. I love doing different stuff. I'm sorry. It just entertains me. If it doesn't entertain you, oh well, find something that does. Right? 2. 2, 2, 2. 3, 3, 3. 5, 5, 5. You could be seeing 5, 5, 5. 1, 1. Right? So we got 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 5. So 5 3s, right? So we got 3, 6. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 6, right? So there could be something building in harmony and give and take in regards to masculine, feminine type of energies, because that's how I'm reading it for here for 2, 2, 2, right? So 2, 2, 2 equals 6, right? 4. So there could be something that's growing and building. So this is like the building of a partnership here, right? So this is this could be within yourself, or this could be without yourself. So this could be with a partner, this could be without a partner, but this is a unification that's happening within your own being, right? 2, 4, 6, right? So it's like you're building up to the unification, the unification between your divine masculine, divine feminine energies existing within yourself, right? For the collaboration, for the unification, for the celebration, for the foundation that is being built on the 6, which is the balancing act, the growth and the reciprocation that is received from both of it's the yin with the yang harmoniously contributing to one another, whether this is in your own self-mastery, which is hopefully first, right? Or happening together with another partner too. It doesn't have to be like nobody's ever 100%. Like you can't be 100%. Like in this world, in this day and age, like of course we're never gonna be 100%. So like don't be like, oh my god, I gotta be healed first. Like you gotta be healthy. You gotta be healthy before being somebody's partner. There's a difference. You know what I mean? Right? Before burdening somebody else with your unhealthiness. That's what I mean by that. Okay? There's a big difference. And then you have 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, right? Which is 6, right? Another 6, but it's on a 5, right? So 6, 5, 3, 5, 6, right? Don't mind me, but this is just how it is. And this is how my mind percolates. So I'm sorry, but that's what I see. Okay. So the 3, right? So there might be some challenge, right? Because we said it's on the 5. So the 3 is on the 5. So there might be some challenge with unifying, finding the trine in things, finding the harmony in things, right? To bring about that balance type of effect, right? This could be in relationships too, and things like that too. So 5, 10, 15, which is 6, right? So you got the 5. So the challenge with the 3, right? So the challenge here we go. We got this in reversal too. It's interesting that we got the 5, 5, 5, and then the 3, 3, 3, 3, right? Because you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3s, and you got 3 5s here. I just want you to understand what I'm just talking about, right? It's very interesting. So the challenge is it's mirroring itself here, right? So the challenge here in itself is that Holy Trinity. It's building it's connecting. So this could be like in your own self-mastery. It's like getting the circuits to actually circuit and finally form that circuitry. Or this is if it's in a relationship, it's finally getting together. You know what I mean? Something like that. Like if we're just simplifying it in some kind of way. So the challenge is forging that trine to begin with. And then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another challenge, right? 5 with the 4s. So
if you can't form that trinity, you can't form that stability in that trinity. So that could be the established 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, right? Which is 2. So if you can't form the bond, if you can't get the bond to circuit, you can't have the foundation. Which is the 4, right? So I hope you're staying with me here, right? I'm sorry, right? So now you have the 6, which is the balance, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's on a 5 axis, which is another challenge. So it's 5, 5, 5 again. So 5, 5, 5, 5. You might be seeing that a lot too, right? So the establishment with that, right? The challenge with that, right? With the 6, right? And then there's like a red flag right here, because I'm looking at now this dice as red, like some kind of red flag is coming out, like in that challenging part, right? So it's the building blocks of our future, right? So 3, 4, 5, 6. So progression, when you see numbers like that pop up, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, like, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 9, seeing numbers like that in a progression is like the next steps. You're in alignment with the next steps for your progression, right? So 1, 2, right? So you got on the 1, you got a 2. So here you have this 2, right? Which is 2 on 2. So you got 2 on 2. So you got 2 energies on themselves. So this could be 2 working individuals, right? This could be 2 people that are cooperative with one another, working on themselves, trying to come together, right? Different elements, because that's what's making me think it's different. So this could be masculine, feminine type of energy, right? This could be a union. This could be a union within yourself too. So it's the coming together, working on different parts that are needed right now. And then you got the 2. I'm gonna kick her off. So you need me to pause? Oh my God. Right. So now you have 2. So on the 3. So 2, 4, 6. So, but this is good. This is positive, right? So it's like different elements, right? Working together, right? In harmony with each other, building the block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you got the progression, taking steps into that, whether this is in a relationship or whether this is self-mastery, which is what my channel is all about anyways. But it's the union of that, but it's the union, the evolution of your own self-mastery for your own success, living your best life now, authentically and true, right? The things we do. But either way, right? I hope that was helpful to you too. That's here, tapped in, turned on, tuned in. So, right? And we'll do some signs, and then any other messages that want to come in before I go. Okay. I want to thank you so much for being here with me. And read the description box, the things that are in the description box. And there is a master link that is shared in the description box that links us in every single type of dope-tastic way. So all you have to do is click that link and connect with me. I also offer a subscription platform on my Instagram at Enchantress, ENCHANTRESS. Yes, you can follow, but you could also subscribe for exclusivity and personalization in every kind of way. It is a DIY strategy type of platform of spiritual awakening guidance, mentoring, and so much more. Either way, you can go check that out. Any questions you have about it, feel free to ask me. Yeah, so you know what I mean? We got a nice little community over there. So you'd have been born July 19. You could have been born in 1991. You could be a Capricorn, Scorpio, Sagittarius, right? You could be 45 years old, 41 years old. You could have been born in 1991, 1994, 1980. You could be 40 years old. You could have been born when I said 1990. You could be an earth sign. Sagittarius, Cancer, 51, 53, 31, 34, 35. years old. Right? 1991, 1999, 1979, 1967, 1983. You could be life path number 8, life path number 3. Can't get that right now. 1984, 1980, 40 years old, 53 years old, 33 years old, 1982. You could be 82, you could be 83, you could be 38 years old. You have Neptune up in your chart, hardcore Piscean type energy, or even Sagittarius. Like I said, you have Aries in your chart, right? You could be 42, 41, 32, 32, 33, 34, 1980. Life path number 8, life path number 4. 1971, 1941. You could be 1942. You could be 42 years old. 1944, 1984, 1974, 1951, 1969, 1938. 1977, 1957. You could be 19. You could be 57. You could be 1977, 1976, 1971. You could be 53, 51, 61, 60 years old. A lot of energies. Right, okay, anyways, that's good. That's good. That's good, right? That's good. All right, that is good. I love that. And any other messages that we can tap in, turn on, tune into at this time before moving forward? And thank you so much for being here. Gemini, cross-pollinate. So there's things that you are meant to cut to create, to cross-pollinate, to transform, to be, to pollinate, to spread. You know what I mean? You can have Gemini in your chart as well. You don't have to be, right? Dignified strength, 13, 4. You can be life path number 4, you can be 31 years old, you don't have 33, you don't have to be. Right, dignified strength. So there's a path that you're working on as you cross-pollinate, right? And rise, your house of third house, like of communication too, coming up. So we got Gemini, cross-pollinate, communication. You're whoever's here, tapped in, turned on, tuned in. There are things that you are meant to communicate. There are things that you are meant to do here that involve your mastery at communication, at articulation. And so if you are here, tapped in, turned on, not everybody can follow that which I say. I lose a lot of people in my language and the way that I speak and the speed that I speak and the energy that I speak. They be like, they just be entranced by the enchantments. But other than that, they be like, I don't even know what you said, but I just liked hearing it. So for those of you tapped in, turned on, tuned in, that be you too, right? Sometimes people don't even know what the fuck you be saying, and they be like, I just like that you're saying it, right? That's your magic, right? That's part of it, right? Your communication skills. You could be 41 years old, you could be 43 years old, right? You don't have to be, right? So exploration could be Sagittarius, right? Ninth house, have ninth house in your chart, right? You can have Libra in your chart. You could be an Aries too. You could be life path number 1. You have strong Saturn in your chart too that has worked with you on the structure of your own development. You could be 39 years old. You could be 24 years old. You could be 27 years old. You could be life path number 7. You don't have to be. You could be life path number 6, right? 9, 10, 11, 12. You could be life path number 3, right? So here it's this arrival of this space of place that is your balance, right? Because you got arrival, you got balance, you got structure. So that which you have created, that which you are working on, that which you are activating, that which is you are the key for in this structural, right? This rebirth, this Pluto, look at Pluto rebirth, right? Mercury again coming out and communicating these rebirths, these regenerations, these you are here to be the cosmic articulation for certain kind of things that provide sustainability. Sixth house, that sixth house at 44. So some of you could be maybe when you're 44, that might be your powerhouse number of stability. I know that it's for some that you'd be like, what the fuck? I'm not gonna wait till I'm fucking 44 years old to be stable and all this kind of stuff. That doesn't mean you won't be stable. But either way, but that could be a master number for you kind of too. For those of you, you could be 24 years old, and by the time you're 27, do you get what I'm saying? You could be 20 years old, and by the time you're 27, you can expect some leveling. You'll be 27 years old. By the time you're 39, there's going to be some new leveling of expansion. Like, you know, these are the years of the creation and stuff like that. Some of you, it could be 13 years of mastery, perfection before your absolute success takes place. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right here. So some of you, it could be when you're 41 years old. It could be when you're 43 years old. Okay. Either way, right? It's just, it's a master of time. It could be a matter of time, right? It could be a matter of 13 years before you actually see something like, wow, that's my kingdom shit, my legacy, like where you start seeing something of like, wow, this was worth it. And granted, nobody's, you can be like, oh my gosh, 13 fucking years, but how many years you've been going at it already? Think of it like that. You've already been putting in the work. So how many years has it been accumulative already? I'm talking about the real work. Not the awakening part where you're still defense mode and you're still like trying to learn all this kind of stuff. Not that. The real work of when you applied that, which you know, when you know better, you do better. That type of shit, that work. How long you been doing that? Ascendant, entrance, vision. The entrance, the vision, right? So it's like so you're seeing part of the sparkle, you're seeing part of the entryway, right? It's the root. So you're working on the root here, right? South node from the past. So look at, so like I said, some of you could be 33, and by the time you're 38, some leveling 35 to 38. 33 to 35 to 38. Those could be significant years for you. 33 when you're 33 years old, 35, 38 years old, right? So like it doesn't have to be that way, but I'm just, that's how I'm receiving it. Again, this is mixed energy. I got hiccups. Right? There could be a hiccup in certain in a vision, in something that you're trying to create. Is it a hiccup, or is it just part of it? Is it just part of the process? You know what I'm saying? Like, it does it have to be a hiccup, or is it just part of the process for your ultimate quantum progress? So it's a matter of perception. It's a matter of shifting of your reality, right? It starts with the mind, right? Third house communication, how you're going to integrate that, right? And how you're going to move it into motion, take action. Give you 22, right? 41. So you could have been working on this since you were 22 years old, and now you're 41. And now there's something you mastered that you must communicate. So I'm just saying, you see the years, it doesn't have to be that age, but it's just, I'm showing you the amount of mastery you have put in. So the amount of mastery that you're put in wherever you are and whatever level you are on of the mastery that you put in, there has been in earthly years in between, period. That's just it. That's what happens. So there's a jump here. There's a quantum jump here. There's a timeline here that you're able to fucking skateboard on, ride the wave on, ride your surfboard, and travel in and communicate and bring that motion into reality and create something, cross-pollinate. Right? Abundance. Grandpa Jupiter's here. Transit gladness, the arrival here. So Grandpa Jupiter is like, strength, dignify, you my baby. I'm gonna shine some gifts up on you, like, because you've added the structure. So it's like, you know what, Jupiter, I actually agree with you. This is the authority, the 10th house, right? It's like, okay, and now we're giving you something more. Look at this, is a relationship coming up, something more for you to explore, something, a gift, a divine gift from the universe. So for those of you tapped in, turned on, tuned in, you are getting a divine gift from the universe because you earned some kind of divine gift from the universe. Wow. I love that. And it's time for you to explore that divine gift. And it could be this relationship, right? Something, but either way, it's the divine gift. You have to form a relationship with it. You have a relationship with it, right? And it might make you feel a little bit uncomfortable, right? But it's the mystery of it that you're meant to explore, right? Because there's an invitation. It's an invitation. That's what that says. You are invited. The universe is saying, hey, you, I invite you to come explore a world that you have never fucking seen before. Okay, you're frightened. That's okay. But I got resources for you. Coming up here in the second house, in your second house are resources. I got some resources for you. That's what the universe is saying. I'm inviting you to believe in the shift of this reality that we are birthing together into existence, co-creating, creating, right? We're acting upon and bringing this in the community of with vision, right? So there's some money, right? Wealth, health, prosperity. Health is wealth. Wealth is stealth. Health is wealth. Stealth is wealth. I mean, health is wealth. Wealth is stealth. I like that. Okay. Right. So we got health is wealth. Wealth is stealth. Ain't that the bloody truth up in here in this, right? Where my lefties at? Where my lefties at? Okay, right? So money, there's money, Jupiter, expansion. And then we had gotten that Jupiter. So there's an expansion, infinite expansion in your wealth department. Gifts too. You might be receiving some gifts, midhaven, pinnacle, right? Pinnacle passion, some gifts for that which you are passionate about. And it's been challenging too, but it's like, okay, future North Node, it's here, it's now, beloved, it is here, it is now. It is here, alliance, the alliance that you have been waiting for is here, it is now. It is here, it is here, it is now. It is here, it is now. The alliance you have been waiting for, the alliance you have been waiting for is here and it's now. Where my lefties at? What? What? Yo, claim this shit if you are here. This is powerful. I love it. Okay, that's great. Right? There might be a confrontation too coming your way. Don't get don't get discouraged. Like abundance, Jupiter wants to come up in here. It's like, yo, baby, you deserve this shit. I just want you to say it again. I want you to see it again. And there might be a confrontation in regards to that because like it's 23/5, right? So Bashiron, healing, right? But it's gonna bring about this major healing, right? The symbiosis here too. This symbiotic fluid of exchange, a change, bringing about a major change. You can have Aquarius in your chart as well, Uranus energy, right? Up in here, right? The arrival of something, of change, the arrival of change, healing, and it's abundant in every kind of way. Jupiter's expansion, right? So it's like source, sun, motherfucking energy, and it's just like the alliance. What we said, the alliance you have been waiting for is here. Nurture it, embrace it, accept it. Look at introspection, perception. So there's going to be a leveling of articulation. There's a leveling of a level in your level up of evolution. You are going to be cosmically like, see, because I'm getting so many different things. Acting. All right, here we go, because this is for everybody. You're going to be acting upon this evolution within you. Like there's no silence with it. Like it's completely like activated. Like you're completely activated in every sense, shape of the word to shine. There we go, Leo time in this now season, in this now moment of time. Hear your roar. There is a change happening. There is something more, and it's now time here. You have Scorpio in your chart too. You can have Leo in your chart as well, right? Here we go. This root thing that is being here extracted here, heal because it's healing again, right? This healing energy that is happening now might bring about just discomfort, but there is a massive change here. Immersed, right? Immersed, so you're immersed in it as well. But yeah, look at this. I look at that which you seek wants you to, and that's what I have for you. All right, so next time, how do we get from this place to this place? That's just funny. It's like, okay, right. So there's some kind of tension within the structure of the development, and that's what we're here. So for definitely, I have thousands of videos here on YouTube documented. You can go back in time, right? Communicating to you different ways, different guides to find your alignment and see where you are in this on my YouTube channel. And just there's a video here for everyone, right? To heal and cross pollinate. But anyways, thank you so much. Until next time.